Another game that I've been playing with that Tish didn't get a chance to because we ran out of time is a game called iPet. And basically it's this little half monkey, half kitten. Is the only way I can explain it. And it's called a little iPet. And between your body and the motion controller, the camera picks up the movements of your hands and the motion controller. And little things like if he gets dirty, you pick up the controller and you pick up a hose and squirt him down. Then you put some soap on him and then you lather him up with your hands and he gets all, well, sudsy. And then you rinse him off. And then you can like draw a little airplane, and then he will in turn take a little crayon in his mouth and draw the airplane himself, and then turn it into a real airplane, which he then flies around in. And then you control him in a mini game as he flies around in his little airplane. So little things like that. If you go like this, he'll jump up and try to hit your hand. I mean, it's kind of scary how interactive it is, and how it actually, between the controller and the camera, picks up on your motions and understands what you're doing.
Wow.
Come over here, and your little pet will walk over here to you. If you pet him on the head for a little while, he'll flip over so you can pet him on his belly. I mean, it's just, for kids, it would be great. I mean, I loved it. Obviously not a kid. Kids would just freak out over this because of the interactive nature. It's just a very, very cool little game.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Now, the Move has only been out for about a month now, so the amount of games that are out for it, there's only a few of them, but the few games that are out are really, really fun. I think it's worth it to get it now just for these games. Over the next year, a lot more games are scheduled to come out that are Move compatible, and that will only increase the value of the system.
So, how much is the Move?
Well, the Move, if you've already got a PlayStation 3, the Move Kit will set you back $99. That has one motion controller, the camera, and the Sports Champions game. Now, all of the games will work with one controller, but it's just not as fun because, I mean, playing archery with one,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This or this. I mean,
And the Gladiator.
Gladiator. You wouldn't have the shield and the sword. So you want to go out and pick up a second controller to go with it. The controller itself, $49. So it is a bit steep, but it's so worth it. You just have so much fun when you're playing two controllers. Now, then if you want to put multiplayer, you want to get more players, if you want to play with your wife or your kid, you'd need to buy two more. So that then sets you back another $100.
Gotcha.
So obviously it's not cheap to get into, but again, I think it's worth it.
So much fun. So I just came by Craig's house and started playing. The Move was already set up. The game was already in. I just started playing for hours upon hours. So if I was getting this right out of the box, how hard is it to set up?
It's pretty easy. If you buy it as a full kit, you can buy the PS3 with the Move system already included, and that would be $3.99, which is a pretty good deal. You would still want to buy an extra controller with that, but all you have to do is plug in the PlayStation Eye, which is just a USB cable, into the PS3 and hook the PS3 up to the TV, and you're up and running. It's pretty easy to set up. And then the one thing that you would notice with every game that you start, it has to calibrate these. So it's going to tell you, it's going to blink and vibrate a controller and say, hold this up to the eye and press these two buttons. And then it'll say, okay, I know what that is. It's a controller. I'll do the same thing with this one. And then after that, with each game that we played, it asked us to do some motions like this so it could get our height, so it knew where we are in relation to the rest of the room. Those are just a few of the little annoyances that you might have to put up with. that you do have to put up with when you play, but that's just so it can get calibrated and know that you're an adult playing and not a little kid.
It's pretty cool, though. It kind of makes you feel like you're in the Matrix or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind it. I thought it was neat. Plus, you get to see yourself on camera, which could be good or bad.
Yeah. Now, you had already mentioned that you're not a gamer. If you had this in your house, do you think you would use it, or you think you would just maybe get it out when you had friends over, but other than that?
No, I'd be up until 3 o'clock every morning playing nonstop.
Another cool thing is if you've got friends that have a PlayStation 3 with the Move system, you can be playing against each other. Tish was playing against the PS3, so all the opponents that she was playing were being controlled by the computer. If one of my friends would have been online with their Move, she could have actually been playing against them in real time.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so if you've got friends, you can be whooping up on them with your swords or playing bocce ball against them or volleyball or whatever other games.
That's very cool.
So now that I've spent about a month with this system, playing a lot of the different games, if I had to give this system a rating, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. Doesn't quite get a 10. I wish there was a more fun way to do the calibration, like if they would actually make that part of the game and you don't even know that you're calibrating the system. That would kind of take that pedestrian aspect out of it for me, and would make it a 10. But it's a small little quibble. You get used to it. It's so fun. Yeah, definitely 9.5 out of 10 for me.
That's a pretty high score.
So what did you think?
I would, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 10. A 10.
Wow.
Yeah, a 10.
Okay.
Now, again, you're an experienced gamer. The last game I played was Street Fighter in an arcade in 8th grade. So our backgrounds are
5 years ago.
Exactly. A little different, but it really was so much fun, and I spent a lot of time doing it. Didn't even know I was playing for so long. Again, the movements are just so cool, just like you're doing it in real time. And probably tomorrow I'll be sore too, because you really are moving. I mean, it's really physical, just a lot more than I was expecting. Really fun. And one other thing that I'll say, I was impressed with, the controllers are really easy to handle. And I have pretty small hands, even for a girl, but it was really comfortable to me. And once I got used to sort of the motion and where I was standing and in the games, it was really easy for me to figure out what I was doing. So, again, I'm going to give it a 10.
So there you go. From a novice gamer, a 10. From an experienced gamer, 9.5. And if you have experienced gamers in your life, there are going to be some really cool hardcore games coming out for the hardcore gamer, and tons of casual games for both hardcore gamers and the casual gamer. Now, if you live in the Nashville, Tennessee area and you have computer issues, or say you bought a new PlayStation Move system along with a big screen TV and you're trying to get it all to talk to each other and you can't figure it out, well, click on that PC Love Hate tab above and you can make an appointment to have us come out to your home or office and take care of all of your tech needs.
And as always, if you love what technology can do for you,
but hate what it does to you,
TechLoveHate.com. Bye-bye.